listening to the Flashbang Gaming Podcast.
Welcome to the 5th episode of the new and improved Flashbang Gaming Podcast. I'm back, my name's Edward McDougall, and I'm joined once again by Joe. Say hi.
Yo, what's going on?
And new and improved because we've got new segments! So, do you want to just jump into one of the new segments?
Yeah, so this segment we're going to be doing is going to be replacing the news segment because obviously...
We're sick of being boring, basically. We were just really boring.
So this new segment that we're going to be getting into is the rounds in the table.
The round table.
Or the round table, that's
Get your
it.
words out, pal. Basically, it's going to be about a 20-minute discussion of any random topics that we've listed just before we've started, and we're just going to talk it out, and we're just going to see where it goes.
Yeah.
This is the round table. The round table where we debate the biggest gaming topics. Only on Flashbang Gaming Podcast. Alright, welcome to the round table. What's our first topic?
Alright, so our first topic we're going to be getting straight into: should the FOV in video games on console be increased?
Yes, it should.
Because I think the problem with the FOV on consoles is that I think it's like caps, like it's like fixed on about 60-ish, I think.
Which basically means, bruh, you're not going to see anything. You're only going to be able to see your feet, and that's about it. Like, there's literally no field of view on consoles, which is another reason why PC gamers feel so superior to everyone else, because they can just crank their field of view to the max, and they can see the entire world in front of them.
I remember playing, I think it was Battlefield 3 back in the day, on PS3, and the FOV...
dude, you couldn't see anything on PS3 or Xbox.
The FOV was more equivalent to like 50 and not even 60 on console.
Mate, I was surprised I could see past the end of my gun, let alone in the distance. You couldn't see anything. The field of view was so bad in that game. And even like later games even games now on the new systems, beg my pardon, like there's still not that much of a field of view. And I thought that these things were meant to be the all-powerful machines, but they're quite clearly not because of the specs on them anyway. And I don't know about the PS4 Pro and the upcoming Xbox One X, but I don't know if they're even increasing the field of view on those things. And if they are, it probably won't be by much, because they're still very limited with what they can actually do with the thing.
No, I can see an FOV increase on the half-generation consoles, but that's not the point, because most people are still gaming on the PS4 and the Xbox One.
Yeah, because I don't think people really want to shill out like 500 quid or like $600 or however much they are halfway through a console generation. I'm not going to go out and buy an Xbox One X or a PS4 Pro. 1, I'm poor. 2, I've already got the next generation systems. Like, I don't need another console. I've got a PC, I've got a PS4, I'm fine. Like, I just don't see the point of half-generation consoles. Like, if you were going to do this, then you should have held back the original PS4 and Xbox Ones by a few more years and released them in, say, like 2015.
No. Can you imagine how long the last generation console was, and then having to then extend that by another 2 years?
Yeah, but implying that the PS4 and Xbox One are massive steps up from that. Like, come on.
Yeah, but these consoles were meant to be released earlier.
I love how we've already gone off topic. We just completely left the topic, and we've just made the round table completely redundant. In the first episode it's in.
Anyway, should we get back on topic?
FOV.
Should the FOV in video games on console be increased?
Yes.
Personally speaking, I think if it's fixed around, we're talking about 50 to 60, it should be increased by at least a minimum of 90. Because even video games from like the early 2000s that you play on PC are still within the range of 75 to 90, and that's about average, really.
Take the original Serious Sam game, for example. That's got a really good field of view, and that came out in 2000?
Could you imagine playing it on like console style FOV?
There is a PS2 Serious Sam game, and I'm scared of that because I bet that FOV is awful. Yeah, that Serious Sam game on PS2, I don't want to play it because I reckon that FOV will be awful.
Actually, funny you say that, but I actually accidentally turned down the FOV on one of the levels of Serious Sam. And the problem is that because the vision is so important, because you really need to see where the enemies are coming at, you are at a disadvantage.
Yeah, because you'll turn around and suddenly there's a kamikaze right up your butt and you're like, oh, crap. Like, I wouldn't have been able to see you even if I turned around in time because the FOV's bad. Like,
consoles, in my opinion, have got really good at rendering long distances, but not really. You haven't really got that range, haven't you? It's still too narrow.
The range is still too narrow. They can't open it up because they don't have, devs don't have the tools at their disposal for consoles to be able to have massive FOVs.
Yeah. But I think, we're not really going to see an FOV change anyway until maybe in the next generation. And even if they don't change it when it comes to the next generation consoles, then we're all pretty screwed.
If they don't change it by the next generation of consoles, I don't know what they're doing. Like, because the next generation of consoles will probably be what? Like, how far into the span of these consoles are we now? PS4, Xbox One?
I think it's we're into the fourth year, actually.
4 years? That's gone quick. That's gone really quick.
It came out in November 2013.
Yeah, come up to 4 years. Wow. So the next generation of consoles could be like 5 years in the future. There's gotta be some big changes in those next consoles, otherwise...
I don't even see the consoles lasting another 2 years, to be honest.
No, there's still a market there, though, because kids don't understand PC gaming. They just recognize Xbox is video games, PlayStation is video games, computer is internet. Like, most kids will get like a console because they don't know that there is PC gaming, and if they do, they're probably bloody Flash games on fucking Mini-Clip.
On Mini-Clip.
Yeah.
Mini-Clip. Mini-Clip is my jam.
School classroom trying to not get caught on Newgrounds, looking at cartoons and inappropriate images. So there's still...
Shall we move on to our next topic then? I think we're pretty much done with the FOV.
Yeah, so bottom line on the FOV, it needs to be increased, otherwise the future of consoles might actually look pretty bleak because it's just they're getting graphically worse. Anyway, next topic.
It's a very one-sided argument on that one.
Yeah. Anyway.
Let's get into the next topic, which I think you are delighted to hear. Should there be more VR ports?
Not right now.
We've talked about this a lot on our podcasts, haven't we?
Yeah. I support VR. I think VR's a good thing. VR could be the future. It's definitely got more of a future than bloody motion controls ever did. But VR
It's definitely got more future than the Kinect.
Dude, the Kinect's already dead. But but VR is not ready for big AAA ports of games.
I mean, you got to look at it from two spectrums here. In one way, I mean, again, VR is a very, very totally different experience to how we've ever played video games in the past. But at the same time, you have to look at the market. And the problem with the market is that it's still too small to really start trying to push VR to the next level.
Not everyone can afford the HTC Vive or the PS4 VR.
And we've really been able to see that through E3 this year in 2017. They really tried to push it in terms of this year E3. You know, we got Fallout 4 VR, Skyrim VR,
Doom VR, or because Doom's the edgy game, it's Doom VFR, which I think is virtual fucking reality. Which, if it is, I love that title. Thank you. But VR's not at a stage where the big developers can be developing for it yet. It's still kind of in beta testing, in my opinion, because most of the games that are still coming out for it are like roller coaster simulators and stuff like that. Like there are cool games like the new Star Trek one where you can do missions in VR and like walk around the Starship Enterprise and stuff like that. That's cool, but it still looks like a dev demo kind of. I don't think VR's at a stage yet where developers like Naughty Dog, for example, can make a full VR experience. I don't think it's ready yet.
But we'll have to see anyway. I think really they should be holding off of VR until we get new hardware whenever that ever comes out for the new consoles, in my opinion.
I mean, these VR headsets are like, they're powerhouses, right? But developers don't know what to do with it. So they just make these things like roller coaster simulators, and like there's probably like a version of bloody toilet simulator for VR now. It's like
Toilet simulator.
That's probably the kind of games that's the kind of games that are still getting released for it. They're not proper games. Like
I think instead of being VR ports, I reckon they should not really be focusing on that and actually focus on really trying to create a new game from the ground up only on VR. So you can really sort of sell that.
Once devs learn how to do that, then VR is ready to be taken to the next level. Devs aren't ready yet. VR technology is there for them, but they don't know what to do with it properly yet.
The thing is though, I mean, you're a game developer, right? You've got to put yourself in their shoes. You've got to create a game. Now, where do you market that game? Well, you've got PC, you've got the PS4, the Xbox, and a bunch of other consoles.
Does Xbox even have a VR headset?
I don't think so.
I know they've got that bloody
VR.
Microsoft HoloLens stuff where people play Minecraft on it, but
yes,
that's as close as they get.
I actually, to be honest, you say that, I think that's probably a better way to do VR, in my opinion.
What, the HoloLens?
Yeah.
It's cool, but I'd have to see it in person to believe it, because I don't think it works as well as they make it seem. Honestly,
definitely not like that first trailer though. That is bullshit.
When they brought that out, what was it? E3 2014 or 13? Was it 14?
13? No, that's way too far back, mate. They were still focusing on the Xbox.
No,
Kinect.
it was E3. It was E3 2015. They brought out the HoloLens. Yeah. It looked incredible, but I need to see it in actual person to believe it.
I can definitely see a more future going more on that path, in my opinion, than the standards what we sort of know of VR at the moment.
The HTC Vive could be a competitor, because that's not just a VR headset. It comes with things that you set up in all four corners of your room that you're playing in, so you can walk around in the game. So that's where I think the future of VR lies. But VR technology is there. The devs
not really.
The devs are not there yet. Once they figure out how they can build a truly unique and immersive virtual reality experience, then they're ready. They need to do their research. They may need to put a few game ideas on the back burner, and hey, maybe one of those ideas could somehow be worked into virtual reality. But they need to learn how to develop virtual reality properly, and not just keep like pooing out roller coaster simulators where you end up feeling sick after 2 seconds because you go in at like max speed but you're not really moving.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, funny you say that, but I think there's a VR roller coaster. You know, one of the theme parks in this country called Alton Towers?
Yeah, I know Alton Towers. Who do you think I am?
I don't know. I don't even know what I just said then. They're developing a roller coaster with VR. they're developing a roller coaster where you have to wear the VR headset, which I think is actually quite a very, very different experience.
Wait, is it a proper roller coaster but you sit with a VR headset on?
They built a proper roller coaster, and you get in the roller coaster as usual, but you put on the VR headset. And also you go around on the roller coaster, but you're wearing the VR headset, so what you see is completely different.
Imagine they did that for a Jurassic Park ride! Dude, that would be awesome! That would be great!
So, again, VR has got a lot of potential, but it's just using it the right way. And
I'm gonna stop reiterating my point. I think they get my point now, so you can finish this off.
Yeah. So in conclusion, we don't think that there should be more VR ports. In my opinion, I think we should give it at least another 5 years before we then try and see what happens next. I think that's way of concluding it. Shall we move on to the next topic and the final topic?
This is our final one for the Taster Week of the Round Table.
Yes, the SNES Mini.
Indeed. Yay or nay? Yes or no?
You start this one off, actually. What do you think?
I don't know. That's the problem. Because the NES Mini was great. The SNES Mini, it'll obviously be great. It's got great games on it, like Mega Man and F-Zero and Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. It's gonna have great games on it, but it's just the fact that, again, it's Nintendo cashing in on nostalgia. Not saying that's a bad thing, but it seems like they're putting more work into cashing in on the nostalgia factor of what they've created than putting stuff on, like, putting in work on the Switch.
I'll have to agree with what you just said there.
You know the SNES Mini, it's not out yet, it's already sold out.
Well, yeah, obviously.
It's already sold out, and there are people reselling it on eBay for about quadruple the price of what it is. Like, it's only like £80 or $90. There are people reselling it on eBay for like $400 or like £300.
Yeah, but mate, they only do that because it actually does sell.
Oh god, yeah, it'll sell. It'll sell like hotcakes, dude.
I remember when you say that, but I remember when the PS4 came out. And actually, before it even came out in this country, people got hold of the PS4 when they went to America, and obviously they brought it back. So they obviously would then list it on eBay, and guess how much it would go for eBay? It would go for over £1,000, and people would actually bid on it.
You could get a PC! You could get a PC, my man.
Yeah, but obviously people wanted that PS4 because it's like, oh wow, I can get it like 2 weeks earlier, can't I?
It's ridiculous. But
so that doesn't really surprise me one bit at all.
The SNES Mini is going to be good. I'm not saying it's not going to be good. I'm just saying that I want the Switch to do well after the debacle that was the Wii U.
The Switch is doing well.
I mean, no, but I want it to do really good. Like, I want it to do, like...
You basically don't want another Wii U.
Dude, I want it to be like opening year of Nintendo Wii, where it just would not stop selling. I want Nintendo to do so good.
Oh, I remember the Nintendo Wii.
Because they've had so many years of just crap sales. Like, the only thing that was keeping them afloat for the longest time was the 3DS. But
then again, is that down to poor marketing, or is it other things?
I mean, they build the Wii U as the first next-gen system.
And then it flopped.
It had worse specs than the 360 and the PS3.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I read somewhere before that the new consoles that came out afterwards, because they came out, I think, a year after the Wii U came out, and they literally passed the sales within about 6 months.
I want them to, like, get out of the groove of just being crap.
Yeah, but how...
The thing is, Nintendo are also a really bad company because they don't know how to... Like, I'm not saying they don't know how to market, because they do. They're getting worse at marketing. Like, they have these really flashy ads, but 9 times out of 10 recently with, like, the Wii U and stuff, the product's crap. Like, I don't know what they need to do to win the audience back. Like, they've got a load of third-party developers for them, which is great. They need that, but I don't know what they need to do to really get the public eye back and
let me ask you this.
Right, fire away.
When was the last time you saw an advert? Well, actually, when have you ever seen an advert on TV on the Nintendo Switch?
Oh my god, you're right.
Exactly. See, this is the big issue, because you turn on the TV and like obviously you don't get it regularly, but you always see PlayStation 4 adverts, Xbox One
Every
adverts.
time I turn on the TV, there's something about PlayStation.
Adverts?
Every time I turn on the TV, there's something about PlayStation. Honestly.
But when have you seen Nintendo adverts? See, this is the big issue.
I don't even see Nintendo adverts on like YouTube anymore, man. It's not just because of the adpocalypse, lol. Like, I genuinely don't see Nintendo ads. Like, even on websites like, I'll go like Game Debate, for example. If I'm reading something on Game Debate, it's just ads for League of Legends. There's no like Nintendo ads or anything. It's just either League of Legends ads or those really inappropriate video game ads, which we won't go into.
Well, I think actually, the last time I actually saw an advert from Nintendo was actually when the Wii was getting released, and they tried to market all the Wii Sports.
No, I've seen Nintendo ads since then. I mean,
well, that's like the last problem where they really were trying to basically push their marketing all over the place.
Like, the last time I think I saw an ad, like, not a Switch ad, a Nintendo ad on TV was for the original 3DS. That was about 5 years ago. I don't remember the last time I've seen a Nintendo ad on TV apart from then. So, I don't know what their marketing team is doing. It might just be that they don't... it might just be that they can't get their ads on TV, I don't know. But they were like internationally traded company. How are their ads not getting on TV? They're Nintendo. Like, they're still a big company.
Well, the problem is that they actually stopped producing the Wii U a lot earlier than they wanted to, because I think they just don't have the confidence, and that's a big issue. If you don't have confidence in your own product, how do you expect it to sell the way you want it to sell?
That's a good point. Anyway, we've drifted off topic again.
Well, it is about Nintendo, so I guess it's somewhat related.
So basically, the SNES Mini is going to be good, but I just don't know about the future of the Switch now, because the SNES Mini is already sold out. Does that mean we're going to get an N64 Mini? Then if that sells out, we're going to get a GameCube Mini? And then are we going to get the original Wii re-released? Are they just going to keep on rehashing everything? Like,
well, actually, you just made a good point there. I think if they want it's okay then trying to rehash the older consoles that they've actually tried to release in the past, and obviously they're going to re-release it again. But you have to think, right, why are they doing that when they should be putting more focus on the Nintendo Switch?
At least I'm guessing the mindset. Sorry, excuse all those stutters, I'm retarded. I'm guessing the thinking is, it's making them money. Like, they could release an N64 Mini with Smash Brothers on it, and they would just print money. Like, they'd be like, we are just in the money. Like, they would be so in the money if they re-released an N64 with Ocarina of Time,
I would go
Smash
out my Nintendo 64.
and Mario 64. It could just be those three games, and they'd just be printing money. Like, they'd be off in the club like, boy, we're rich. Like, and then if the GameCube Mini came out with, like, Smash Melee and Mario Kart Double Dash on it, they'd be like, here comes the money. Like, they would just be winning, and the Switch would be dying.
Yeah, but that's the big issue, though. Why release a Nintendo Switch and then say, let's just go and remarket and re-release our older consoles, such as the Nintendo 64, even though they know it will sell better than the newer consoles? What does that say about them?
I don't know, honestly. It seems like they're becoming a nostalgia act at this point.
They're basically what you call a nostalgia brand.
Yeah,
at this point.
Dude, but just saying, if they re-release a mini Game Boy Advance, I buy it. I'd buy that in like 5 seconds, because I still have my Game Boy Advance and I play it. So, if they released a mini one with that, with like 40 games just on it to go, or like 40 or 30 games, I'd be like, oh my god, dude, I gotta buy this. I need it. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, that was the first rendition of the Roundtable, and I think it went pretty well.
Yeah. Any final thoughts on the SNES Mini before we move on to the next bit?
It's going to be good, but Nintendo, I think after this comes out, need to take a step back and think about what they're doing with their main console, the Switch.
Let's move on to the new... we haven't actually done this before on the podcast
Another new section! Oh my god!
We're going to be reviewing a very, very old fan classic game. Edward, tell me what it is.
This week, we played, and now we're going to review for you, Tony Hawk's American Wasteland.
Flashbang Gaming Review. So, start us off.
I played some of the story mode, and Joe played some of the classic Pro Skater objective stuff. So, start with... You start. You start with what you thought of that mode.
Well, first thing first, I couldn't really get like the full-on experience because obviously my controller wasn't working. So I'm gonna have to go by what I guess the content in the game and not really on the gameplay mechanics because.
Well, I can tell you, gameplay's tight. It's a Tony Hawk game. The gameplay was okay.
But I'll tell you a few things about the classic mode. So the classic mode basically works like the old Tony Hawk Pro Skater modes, where basically you just drops into this. I guess you can sort of call it more of an arena, really. And you basically just perform combos and get as many points as you can. You can collect the skate and get the secret tape. So it's all very, very familiar. If you
played one, you played them all.
Yeah, so if you played the old Tony Hawk Pro Skaters, then you instantly know what you're doing on the classic mode, which I think is pretty good.
I also think the classic mode is kind of cool in that in American Wasteland because bigger maps than what you'd get in the original Pro Skater games, like. I think just like the little starting area of American Wasteland is a very good size for a classic mode.
But I think one thing I need to say about it is the fact that I think you get 2 minutes to basically mess about and try and get the highest score possible. Basically, I think 2 minutes is not long enough.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
You do realise you're not meant to get all the objectives in that 2 minutes?
Yeah, I know that, but I think maybe it could be just a little bit longer, in my opinion. Just a little bit longer.
I don't think they should mess with the formula of what they have for the Pro Skater mode. I've always been a fan of the 2 minute stuff. That doesn't bother me, really. They've done it from the beginning, so I don't have a problem with it. Maybe when I first started playing those games, I'd be like, 2 minutes wasn't long enough. But now I kind of accept it. Right. So what else did you get up to in that classic mode?
Well, I actually played the first 4 levels. So, but I think one of the things I also need to mention as well is that I don't really think the maps are really as good, really, as the older Tony Hawk. What do you think about it?
I agree with you there. I'll talk about more when I get onto the story, but I completely agree with that.
I think the only good level which I actually play...
By the way, this is the first time I've ever played American Wasteland. I never got around to playing this one because I was not interested in it because I was like, it's not going to be as good as Underground 2, so...
Well, if you go into that mentality, you'll never be pleased with anything that they release.
That's a good point.
But there's 6 levels on the classic modes. I've only played about 4. I think the only real decent one is probably the second one, which I think is the Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
The other one just... it's a bit hit and miss, isn't it?
Yeah, I completely understand what...
Well, I mean, you expand on... what do you think about the maps?
I don't really know, because the maps, they look nice. For 2005, the game looks okay. There were better looking games out at the time, but it was kind of a Tony Hawk aesthetic for the game to look a bit...
well, it's very arcadey, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, obviously. But the maps, they were... Some are more colourful than others. They didn't really go with one colour palette. Like, they mixed up the colour palettes, which is what they've done in every game, so I was fine with that. But some of the colour palettes were so dark. Like, and for a game that takes place in Los Angeles and like Hollywood and Beverly Hills, I would expect the game to be more vibrant, but some of the color schemes in those levels is so dark and just not appealing to the eye at all.
So
in my opinion.
you're saying that the game looks too dull?
No, some parts look too dull. Not all the parts, but some parts look extremely dull.
But I don't think it's just that. I think another problem with the maps is probably more the layout as well.
Yeah, I don't really like how some of the maps are laid out. It's like it seems to be very just like thrown together. It didn't really look like they put much time into where to put ramps and stuff like that.
It just feels like that. It doesn't really, like, when you play one of my favourite maps actually is on Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3, the first level.
Oh, Foundry.
Yeah, Foundry, that was it.
I love Foundry. Yeah.
That was a very, very well designed map, because everywhere you go, you go in from one quarter pipe down, you can then grind, go into a 50-50 grind, and then obviously come out of a 50-50 grind very, very easily. On the maps in these games, you can't really do that. There's no real like flow from one to the next. There's no. It
doesn't seem like it doesn't give you very many opportunities to actually string a combo together.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The transition from like one part of the map to the other. So if you're going in from a quarter pipe, and then obviously you're then going into barriers, the barriers could be on the other side of the map. So basically, you could do a few combos, and then you come out the pool, and then where do you go from there?
You don't go anywhere, and your combo's dead.
Yeah. It's very,
a
very
really
hard
big problem
to do a
in this
combo.
one.
But then again, are they trying to do that to obviously increase the difficulty of the game, or is it just down to bad map design?
Well, the thing is, American Wasteland came out a year. I don't even think it was a year after Underground 2. It barely had any development. And I also think it was a different section of Neversoft who actually made American Wasteland. Don't quote me on that, I'm not quite sure.
I think it was.
But there were definitely differences from the Underground series, the two Underground games, to American Wasteland. And they were very noticeable differences, and I did not like the differences.
Okay.
As someone who's played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, Pro Skater 3, Pro Skater 4, I've played Underground 1, I've played Underground 2, I've played Project A, I've played Proving Ground, I've even played Pro Skater 5, I've played Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD, I've played them all. I even played Ride and Shred, which are now words that are banned in the Tony Hawk dictionary, thank you very much. I've played every single one, and I prefer Pro Skater HD over American Wasteland.
I will agree with you on that one.
I do not. I'm going to be honest. I don't like American Wasteland. I really don't. I got to the second stage of the story, got to a certain mission, and I just had to turn it off.
What did you think? Actually, I need to ask you this. What do you actually think of the story?
I think the story sucks.
In what way?
It's the worst Tony Hawk story.
Yeah.
Like, it's awful. They tried to make it all free roamy and stuff. It doesn't work for those kinds of games until you get to the ones that are on the 360. It works on those ones because they actually got more. The devs had more to do. Like, we played the GameCube version, by the way. But it's just I had to turn it off because inputs weren't working. Missions were just boring. Like, it made me get on a BMX bike. There's no
originality, isn't it, to the missions?
They made me get on a BMX bike. I'm like, I don't want to ride a BMX bike. I want to skate. And they're like, no, you got to do these missions on the BMX bike. I'm like, I don't want to. I want to skate. It's the most annoying game. I love this franchise, and I'm so sad that Pro Skater 5 was a train wreck. But I couldn't get into American Wasteland. Because I don't know if it was just me going in expecting it to play like Underground and Underground 2 and like Pro Skater 3 and 4, but the moves felt clunky. I was early game of the story is awful because they want you to do all these combos and stuff, and because you don't. I think this was to increase the difficulty, but it's something that I hate in video games. You know what artificial difficulty is, right? They're doing stuff that, like, seems to make the game. they don't give you bonelesses and no complies until after you finish the first set of missions.
Really?
And they're asking you to do all these combo missions. You in pools and bowls, you can't get any air because you've barely got any ollie height. So you can't boneless to get air to do like combo grabs and flip tricks in the air. Like, you barely get off the ground, you're doing an indie, you try to revert and you bail. It's stupid difficulty. Plus, I was playing on sick difficulty because Tony Hawk games were one games where I'm like, I am good at these. I play these on the hardest difficulty.
It's like the only games you're actually good at.
It's one of the only game series I've actually got a history of being bloody good at. And it made me feel really upset that American Wasteland disappointed on pretty much every front apart from the classic mode. It just bored me.
Yeah, but even the classic mode, I just don't think it was really all that. But then again, that gets dragged down by the poor maps and other things as well.
Did you notice that they also, like, you could definitely tell it was a different team making it because they changed the animations. Like, you know when you're riding around and you're holding down X, for example, to jump, and you crouch down and you build up speed. You barely crouch in American Wasteland, and that really got under my skin because I was like, no, you're changing an animation, but that's been there since the beginning. You can't do that. Like, it was little things as well that was really getting under my skin. And the main character, any main character that you pick is annoying. The girl Mindy or Mandy, I can't remember what her name is, who you hook up, who you meet when you first get there, and she shows you around and stuff. No, hook up with. Like, you hook up with her at the start because she meets you off the bus for some reason because some guys steal your stuff, and she's annoying. You meet some guy who's like, yo, I'll teach you how to do cavemans and grinds if you let me go talk to that girl. And then you go take him to talk to Mandy or Mindy or whatever that bloody name is, and he runs off because he's a puss. It's all of the cliches. It's not got that Tony Hawk sense of humor. Like, even, like, the music tracks occasionally get cut off by Tony Hawk pretending that he's doing a radio show in the story mode. And it's like, why? I just want to, like, he cut off a Green Day song to, like, talk about how I knocked over a dinosaur head to kill a load of people. So I just want to listen to Green Day. Like,
oh, I love a bit of Green Day. Dude,
yeah, but the game disappointed, so sadly the first week of reviews I'm gonna have to give the game my rating of don't play it. Honestly, I can't recommend you American Wasteland. You want a good Tony Hawk game? Go play Underground 1 and 2. Or if you got
Underground 3.
if you still have a PSP, go play Tony Hawk's Underground 2 Remix. That's a good game as well. But what are your final thoughts on the game? Because this has made me really depressed.
Yeah, you've just been talking for ages. I'm thinking, mate,
I have so much love for this series, alright?
And that is why Skate is thriving.
Skate is thriving. That series is dead. They're not bringing that back.
Skate 4. I would love a Skate 4 though.
Dude, I was just waiting at E3 this year, like, Skate 4. Damn it! Like,
they're not going to bring Skate 4. And in fact, there's actually channels. They started making, like, Skate 4 speculation videos back in, like, 2012, and then it's 2017, and they're still doing the same thing.
That's a hell of a grind. Wow.
Do you remember on Instagram?
Pardon the pun.
On the EA Instagram, when people were just spamming Skate 4.
Yes. Wasn't that after Pro Skater 5 came out?
Yeah. And there was legit people who they have been long-time fans like you of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series. Not even the Pro Skater series, just the Tony Hawk series in general.
The games in general.
But they said that they'd rather have Skate 4 come out than...
Yeah, it's because Activision don't care anymore.
Yeah.
They pushed out that unfinished abomination, which was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. And, it made me really sad. Anyway, what's your final verdict on American Wasteland?
Don't buy American Wasteland. That's all I can say.
Don't emulate it either.
Yeah, you'll probably be more depressed if you emulate it than if you buy it.
Dude, if I bought American Wasteland, I'd be crying right now.
What, if you bought it for like £5?
Dude, I'd be spending money on something I'm not enjoying, and it's a series that I love, and I'd be like, oh.
Anyway, shall we move on to the next segment of the podcast?
This is a dumb segment, I can't wait. This is the Low IQ Gamers.
We bring the low IQ gamers onto the front line for the attention they don't deserve.
Only on
Welcome to another new segment of the Flashbang Gaming Podcast.
As you heard by our new fancy jingle, this is the Low IQ Gamers.
Basically, the whole point of this is where we look at a few, well, it can be on anything really. This week we're going to be looking at
Steam reviews.
Very, very
Steam
funny
reviews.
done Steam reviews, and I have a bunch of stuff, a bunch of reviews actually to read out to you, which range from all different types of games.
This is the first time I'm hearing these as well, so we're all in the same boat, people.
Okay, so let's get into the first one. This is a review on the game Rift. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I know what Rift is.
Okay, this is nice little short review. Plays for.
Are you gonna are you naming and shaming, or are you gonna leave him be?
We'll see what happens.
If it's like uber dumb, don't do it, because that's mean.
I wouldn't say most of it's dumb, but it's a bit.
All right, read me this thing.
Okay.
This is all Joe's idea. I'm just going along with this. We're just throwing segments of the wall to see what sticks. This is a bloody taster episode, basically. I love it.
A little experimental episode. Actually, I think it's going all right, to be honest.
Dude, I've enjoyed it. This has been really fun, yeah.
Anyway, it's a review on Rift by the. Actually, I'll just read out the Steam name as well. By Dark.
Do it.
Dark Matter.
Dark Matter.
I don't know how that's very funny, but okay.
Dude, he's edgy.
Plays for a few hours, then I quit. Okay, it's a very simple review. He recommended this game, but he's played for 2,000 hours on record. So he plays for a few hours, then he quits. But by him saying a few, that means 2,000. So.
Oh man, I love recommendations like that. I don't know why those jokes just kill me every time. It's like when you see people. When you see people trying to review League of Legends, and they're like, yo, I played this for a few hours. You go into, like, how much time I wasted in LeagueofLegends.com or whatever. Like, time wasted in LOL.com, I think it's called. And you look up their account name and you see they've played, like, 100 gajillion hours of League of Legends. Like, huh? It just makes me laugh every time, and I don't know why.
I knew you was going to like this bit. Anyway,
oh, man.
The next review is...
Hit me with another, this is like therapy.
Yeah. The next game review is on a game called Bad Rats.
Dude, Bad Rats is the worst game ever!
Dude, if you're saying Bad Rats, right, wait until I read out this. This guy's put, it's okay, but he's played 10,000 hours on record.
How has he played 10,000 hours of Bad Rats?
I don't even know what these people go through.
He's played 10,000 hours of
Bad Rats, and then he comes out with a review saying it's okay.
Dude, you've got to put the images of these reviews on the YouTube version of this podcast episode, honestly.
I will.
Just so they know that that's legit.
Anyway,
oh my God.
The next game review by a person called
10,000 hours of Bad Rats.
You finish yet? Mate, I'm just getting started.
I'm gonna die. Go on, please.
Mate, the next gaming review.
Keep them coming. This is great.
And you're gonna love this one, mate. The next gaming review, person calls I'm Gay, so we all know this is gonna be a fantastic review.
Haha, lol, what a meme.
This guy not recommended this game. He's only played 1.1 hours, and he put no man's PC can handle it.
Oh my fucking God.
Obviously, we already know what the game is, No Man's Sky. I think that's
I thought it was Mass Effect Andromeda.
What? Mass Effect I don't even know what to say.
That game's not even on Steam.
Oh, you're gonna love this one, mate.
Go on. Hit me. Do it.
The Steam person reviewing this game is called Spasser.
Spazzer, what a name.
Spasser, yeah. And he's actually reviewing Dark Souls 2.
Oh my god, I hate that game.
Yeah,
it
mate,
sucks.
you're gonna love this bit, mate. He's recommended it. He's played 139 hours, and he's put, I died at the main menu screen.
Oh, that's just a shit meme.
Exactly.
Dark Souls 1, masterpiece. Dark Souls 2, leave it behind. Dark Souls 3, masterpiece. Bloodborne, the best game ever.
Anyway, next gaming review. Produced by a person called Sofa Hounds, which I don't...
Russian, probably. Is it for Dota 2?
No, it's for The Sims 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was close.
I don't really know what to make of this one. I mean, you can judge this one yourself.
Oh, dude, I've been judging them all by myself. 10,000 hours of bad rats. You can't tell me not to judge that guy. Jesus Christ.
I can't get over that one.
10,000 hours of bad rats.
Yeah. Sims burnt to death while making salad. 10 out of 10.
Again, that's just another shitty Sims meme.
Well,
Come on, you gotta give me those fire ones, like
10,000
10,000 hours of bad rats. It's okay. Come on, spit me some more fire, maestro.
Alrighty. This guy called... I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Looks like it's Spanish or something. It is reviewing a game called Five Nights at Freddy's 3. And actually, I think this is quite a good review, because he puts...
But he's 12, because he's playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, ooh, scary.
Scary game. Lovely little game, perfect for children learning math skills.
Why did I laugh at that?
I don't know.
It's not funny.
You just laugh at anything.
It doesn't make sense. Neither does 10,000 hours of bad rats.
Just some of the dumbest reviews ever.
Man, Five Nights at Freddy's. Is he still making those games?
Well, if he is, I'm not paying attention to it.
If he is, it's time to stop.
This is a very, very dumb review right here. I'm actually quite surprised that people actually found this funny. Creating my character. Actually, I was just...
Wait, what game is this for?
GTA 5.
Oh, okay.
Created my character, went and brought a mask, robbed a store with a pistol that had no ammo, stalked Clark, noticed his gun was empty, and shot me several times. Then I went home and played GTA, and it was pretty great. 11 out of 10.
Oh, I want to die.
I don't even know how people found that quite funny, to be honest.
I mean, grade A for effort, I guess. Is pretty imaginative.
Yeah, very... I'll give him credit for trying to think of an original review, but... sorry, mate, didn't succeed. You have to play Bad Rats for that one.
Dude, you gotta play 10,000 hours of Bad Rats for anything to be funny.
The last one is... I don't even know what his Steam name is.
It better be good. Better be good. Here we go.
Well, actually, this is only the first list I've got.
It's only the first list you've got.
Now I've got another list.
Mate, this is gonna be like a 2-hour episode. Fuck.
Well, we've been going for about 48 minutes. Anyway, he's reviewing
we'll make this
a game
last one.
called The Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
Oh, my old nemesis.
Yeah, you're gonna... This review is probably the dumbest review I've ever seen. He didn't recommend this game because he put, "You cannot rim the sky, don't be fooled." Very, very imaginative Steam review right there.
Oh, man. I mean, yeah, I've heard those jokes before. I mean, it's old hat at this point.
Shall we, I'll move on to the next list.
Oh god, I thought we were done. There's more.
Well, I did say this was only the first list.
Alright, let's keep going.
Right.
Are these still Steam?
Right. Now, the next video I'm going to show is for review for the game DayZ. I'll just get straight into it. So this person didn't recommend the game purely because of this reason. Even a locomotive on the 19th century has a better engine than this.
Damn!
I actually agree with him on that one.
Damn, that's cold! You saying that guy's got low IQ? That guy's smart! That's a good one. My God.
I just say low IQ for anything.
Oh, give that guy a can of Pepsi. That he deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Pepsi, we had a good intro song today.
Very, very good intro song.
Cherry Pepsi by Skylar Spence. Check it out.
Song's gonna be.
Dude, we'll figure that out in post. I just know that our intro song's bloody good. Skylar Spence. The song's called Saint Pepsi. It's called Cherry Pepsi by Skylar Spence. Check it out. It'll be in the description, hopefully.
Anyway, back to the little Steam reviews. This guy called Dingo didn't recommend DayZ because he put "Can't wait for my grandchildren to play the beta."
He's not wrong.
He isn't wrong. He is not wrong at all.
I saw that game's been in early access since like 2013.
Yeah, and the next set of reviews,
I swear the devs have abandoned DayZ at this point. They're just milking the money out of it.
Well, these reviews I'm actually listing are from actually this year, so
oh wow,
they're not wrong on it. PC Gods puts, "I would rather drink bleach than buy this game again." He's not wrong on that.
Was that DayZ as well?
Yeah, DayZ. Yeah.
Man, not a lot. I think this section of Low IQ Gamers is about the devs of DayZ.
Well,
not about people.
I'm moving on to the next Steam reviews for Fallout 4, actually.
Hey, another Nemesis.
A person called Nemesis put up a review saying, "I nearly finished making my character, but he put on records he's got about 1,800 hours."
It's not even that they have low IQ, they just have really shit jokes.
Exactly. Another Spanish gaming reviewer. "I've lost £10 since started Fallout 4 because I kept forgetting to eat. 10 out of 10 best fitness game on the planet."
Well, if sitting down on your butt all day is keeping you fit, more power to you, buddy.
Another GTA 5 Steam review by, I don't even know how you pronounce that one. Is that Rossi 1911? I think it is.
I swear that's a YouTuber.
A YouTuber?
No, I'm thinking. No, sorry, that's someone else. No, I'm sorry.
Okay. Another review for GTA 5. He put, "Michael can play tennis, Trevor can play tennis, Franklin can't. 10 out of 10 racism."
I forgot you can play tennis with Franklin. God damn it. God damn it.
I think the final game I'll look at today is just...
Yeah, let's have a few more, then we'll wrap this up.
Yeah, Just Cause 3. A guy called the Joker. I like that name.
Ooh, edgy
review. He put, "This game is like porn, you expect a story but it doesn't really matter."
God damn it. He's not wrong.
He isn't wrong, but it's probably not the best way to word it, in my opinion.
Probably not.
Another guy from another name that I cannot pronounce. It's like Michael Bay asked Spider-Man to train James Bond.
I'd play the hell out of that game if that was real. A game including Michael Bay, Spider-Man, and James Bond? I am so... Dude, that could be a movie. That would be amazing.
Now, for the final review...
One more.
And you won't believe the game I'm actually looking at here. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain.
Oh!
Reviewed by a person called Force, and he put, "My snake is so solid right now."
God damn it!
So, yeah.
Out of all the ones, that got me. Oh my god.
So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I've got.
we should just play the sound clip from that song from Metal Gear 5 just because I found that funny.
I think the best one was the Bad Rats one. That was definitely the best one.
10,000 hours of Bad Rats.
10,000 hours, and he just puts, "It's okay."
Man, I love that, man. Give him a can of cherry Pepsi.
Anyway, I think we're pretty much done for this episode.
Yeah, we're done here.
We're done.
Thanks for joining us for the 5th episode of the Flashbang Gaming Podcast. You can also follow us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Flashbang Gaming Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at EdMcDougall99, and you can follow Joe at Joe_LGC. Thanks very much for listening to us again. If you're on YouTube, why don't you click that like and subscribe? It'd be nice, wouldn't
It'd
it?
be nice.
Yeah.
It's not like we haven't gained a subscriber in amount.
No, we've hit 10. We gained 1 subscriber. We're on 10 now.
Yeah, by a person that's saying, "Oh, I like your podcasts, but can you please donate to a small charity in India?"
Well, yeah. Thanks again for joining us for another episode. If you want to, you can let us know what you thought of these new segments, but I doubt anyone's going to get in touch with us. Because we're no one, basically.
Anyway.
We'll just run with it. We will see you guys next week, where we'll be reviewing another game. We'll figure out which game we're playing probably sometime next week, and we'll play it for you guys, and we'll review it. And we'll have more topics to talk about at the round table, and we'll probably have some more super gaming reviews to read out off the...
Oh, no, it's going to be random every single week.
You're random?
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh my god!
Mate, and you're going to love it.
I am going to love it.
Mate.
Join us next week. Ooh, that's an incentive. I've been Edward. That's been Joe. Goodbye.
Goodbye.